Good morning, Montessori friends. This is Mrs. Harry, and I hope this finds you all healthy and enjoying your time at home. This morning I'm going to talk to you about music. I'm going to talk to you about why music is so important to all of our lives, and we're going to talk about how you are all musicians. I'm going to give you some ideas of musical instruments that you can make at home, and at the end of our time together, I'm going to introduce you to a couple of musicians who are here with me this morning. So first, let's talk about music and how it's such an important part of all of our days. So I want you to think about, during your day, all the different ways that you hear music. So you may hear music on your radios, on your Amazon Alexas. You may listen to music when you're riding along in mom or dad's car or truck. You may listen to music on TV shows, on your computer, on your iPads. You may hear music in commercials, as well as the shows you're watching. So I want you to be listening for all the different ways that you hear music throughout your days. And the reason it's important is because music can make us happy. Music can change our emotions, and music can enhance all of our lives. So I want you to think about how you are all musicians. So I've seen every single one of you dance. I've heard you sing. And I know that you've made music in our Christmas programs, some of the plays we do at Montessori. Some of you perform music for your churches. So you're all a performer and you're all a musician. Some ways that we can enjoy music are by making instruments and making noises with instruments. We can be musicians by using our voices and singing, and we can be musicians in our dance and dancing along to music. So we're all musicians, and my challenge for you during this time is to practice your music skills, to practice with instruments that you might have at home, or some of these that I'm going to show you that you can make at home. So I want you all to work on your musical skills while you're spending this special time at home with your families. So some of the instruments that we can make at home include, the first one is a shaker. So some of you may have Easter eggs at home because Easter is coming in a few short weeks. If you don't have an Easter egg, you can use just a plastic container, any Tupperware container that mom or dad would give you. Remember, you need to get their permission first. So you can make shakers by putting material into your containers. So if you listen, I have rice in my shaker. You can use popcorn in your shakers. Maybe you have some dried beans that mom and dad would let you use. Some of you may even have some Easter candy, Easter eggs you can put in your shakers, beads. I want you to try putting different material in your shakers, and I want you to listen to the different sounds that those shakers can make. And then when you're playing music, I want you to try to use your shaker to keep the beat of music. So a shaker is something we can all make at home. The next instrument that you can make is a tambourine. I use styrofoam plates. You can use paper plates to make your tambourine. And before you attach the two plates together, you can decorate using a variety of materials at home. Some of you may have stickers. You can glue pieces of paper on, just like we have our art boxes at school. You can use wrapping paper. You can use colored pencils. You can use markers, crayons. I want you to get creative with your tambourines. You can even use paint. Of course, if you use paint, you have to let the plates dry, or even glue. Make sure you let them dry before you actually attach the plates together for your tambourine. So what I did with my plates is I used a paper punch, and I punched holes along the outside of both plates. You can put material inside your tambourine, so when you shake it, you can hear the material making sounds. Again, you can use the rice, the beans, popcorn inside of the plates, and then you can attach the plates. You can use string. You may have some netting or ribbon that you could weave through the circles, or maybe you have duct tape at home. You can also even use bread twist ties, and you can put a twist tie through each hole and twist those together. So you attach the sides all around the edges together, and then you can have a tambourine to shake. Another instrument you can make at home is a water xylophone. So I use glass And you can see I have 3 different colors of water in my glass. So I use food coloring drops, again, only with Mom and Dad's permission. And I put different levels of water into my cups. So I want you to listen to the different sounds that the different levels of water make. This one is full to the top. The green is half full and the yellow just has a little bit. So listen to the sounds that those make. So the full one is a low sound, medium, and a high sound. And you can make music by tapping your water xylophone. I used a spoon, but you can use a variety of utensils with that. So you can use your markers. Just listen to the different sounds that just water in a cup can make. You could also use glass bowls as well, again with Mom and Dad's permission. So that's a water xylophone. Another instrument that you can make is a rain stick. And to do a rain stick, you could use the middle cardboard part of a paper towel holder. So if all the paper towels are off, we'll pretend we just have the middle part. You can put duct tape on the ends and you can decorate it, and you can put beans, rice, again, popcorn, marbles inside and make a rain stick that you can shake, and you can turn it upside down and you can hear different sounds with your rain stick. And the last at-home instrument that you can make is a drum. So a couple things you can use for your drum is you could use a can, any size can. I have a large can. This one happens to be full, but you could use a small can. You can use empty cans, cover the ends with paper, and you can decorate your drums. And you could also use plastic containers. So this is a big ice cream container. And again, you can use utensils, you can use sticks, something that's not too heavy because I don't want you to get hurt. And you can decorate your drums as well, or you can even put material into your drum so that you can shake it and use it as a drum. So that's something that you can all make as well. And when you make your instruments, again, I want you to have music playing, and I want you to see if you can keep the beat to music as you play those instruments at home. And maybe you can make several instruments and your family can be a band together and play music together and make music together. So just incorporate those instruments in your day-to-day life and make sure you're listening to music, because as you get older, you're going to have other opportunities in school to learn more about music, to learn more instruments. Once you're in grade school, junior high, high school, you're going to have a lot of opportunities to sing with your voices. And I have a couple of musicians here that I'd like to introduce you to that are going to talk a little bit about music and what they do. So now, friends, we're going to talk about some real instruments and show you some real instruments. I played piano growing up and took lessons for many years, played the French horn. We have 4 boys, and they took piano lessons as well. One played the trumpet, one played the bassoon, a couple played percussion instruments, and so we're going to give you a little demonstration. One of our boys, Lucas, his good friend Molly, is here, and Molly is a wonderful musician. So she's going to show you a little bit about playing guitar. She can play ukulele. She's an awesome singer, as you'll soon hear. So this is Molly, and let's listen and hear a little bit about Molly. Okay. Molly, what have you done in school with music?
Well, I took piano lessons when I was younger, and I also played the flute in band. And then I did choir junior high through high school. And so I was in regular choir and then madrigals and jazz choir.
At Normal Community High School with Mr. Luganville.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So she performed on the same stage that we do our Christmas concert at Normal Community High School. Mm-hmm. And still plays music. She sings for her church, so she's an awesome musician.
Yeah. All right.
Goes like this, the fourth, the fifth, the right, the fourth.
Okay. And yeah, I played the ukulele too. Easier. I recommend this to everyone.
So one way you can enjoy music is by going to musicals or plays. I know some of you have gone to plays, maybe at the local park in town or at the schools in town. I personally love musicals. I love Andrew Lloyd Webber musicals. Some of my favorites have been Phantom of the Opera. I love Les Mis, and I'm gonna go ahead and just play a little bit on the piano, Think of Me, which is a song from Phantom of the Opera, and Molly's gonna sing so you can just hear a little bit of what a song from a musical sounds like if you haven't been to one. So friends, like I said before, we have 4 boys, and this is our youngest, Chase. And Chase is going to tell us a little bit about the instrument he's played, instruments, and what he does currently with instruments. So Chase, why don't you start just telling us your age, where you go to school, and then...
So I'm 17 and I go to University High School, and I'm a senior this year. So I started band back in 5th grade at my elementary school, and we started there. That's when I decided to do percussion, and then I took it from there to playing the snare drum, which most of you guys might know, and this instrument, which is called a glockenspiel. So that's where I started, and then after elementary school, I got involved in more bands, such as marching band and jazz band in high school. And in those bands, I learned to play instruments such as the bass drum, the tenor drums, and then back to my main thing is more ballad instruments. So not only did I learn how to play the glock, but I got to the point where I could play the marimba, which is a very big version of this, and it's actually wooden. The xylophone is another keyboard instrument like this, and in other instruments that I've played, so let's say in concert band, for example, there's the gong, the big gong that sounds really loud. There's smaller instruments, of course, tambourine and triangle, and yeah.
Cymbals.
So yeah, cymbals, there's all different types of cymbals, crash cymbal, the big like that, and then once you play with mallets, so you play those in marching band a lot if you get to that point.
And what did you start with when you were very young? What was your first instrument?
Snare drum, and you get a bell kit when you're in 5th grade.
And before that, did you take piano lessons?
So yes, I did. Yeah, I took piano lessons before 5th grade in probably 2nd grade or something around there. So yeah, I started with the piano, and then that piano knowledge helps develop knowledge on keyboards like this.
Awesome. Will you want to give us a little demonstration?
Mm-hmm. Of course. So this is a little piece from this past year's marching band show at University High School.
Awesome. Thank you, Chase. So thanks, friends, for listening today. I hope you've enjoyed a little bit of our music, and I hope that this has inspired you to learn instruments, keep playing instruments, make some at home during this time, and hopefully I'll be able to come and see some of you in marching band and choir when you get to be high school kids like Chase or college students like Molly. So I look forward to hearing the kind of instruments you're going to play, and we will see you all soon at Montessori. In the meantime, I'm sending you my love, hugs, stay safe and healthy, and listen to your parents. All right, see you soon, friends.